What's good, y'all? This is Kenny from Kenny Unbound coming at you with a couple updates. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll find that I put out a video series called On the Topic Of, where we discuss topics within geek culture, specifically writing tropes that are common and not so common in cartoons and anime. So I decided to put together a little compilation of the first 5 episodes of this series, with more coming out soon. Before we get to the video, I'm gonna need you to do a couple things. I just need you to comment, subscribe, and smash that like button. In the future, I might decide to make these longer and then put the longer versions of these videos on YouTube. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But without further ado, hope you enjoy. Characters with hidden potential never really get to use that potential over the course of their stories. And it's annoying as fuck. Rock Lee, Scarlet Witch, Mace Windu. Now, I love all these characters and the stories they come from, but they're far from perfect. They're always uniquely positioned in whatever narratives they're in, but they never seem to completely satisfy audiences. At least not consistently. Let's take a closer look at the poster child for this type of issue, Dragon Ball's Son Gohan. Now, don't get me wrong, he had a great arc. At one point, he was even set to be the series lead. Until he wasn't. Then Super came along and he really wasn't. Sure, he got a new form and is now on par with Goku and Vegeta, quote unquote, which made for a pretty dope fight. But the build-up to rediscovering this power left just a bit to be desired. Neither the movie nor the Super manga gave his character development the justice it deserved, keeping the new form from being as impactful as it could have been. Gohan isn't the only one to fall into this trap. Writing this archetype can be difficult because it requires checks, balances, and compelling reasons for them to take agency in the narrative. It's all about that payoff, not just in-universe potential. With that, drop your favorite hidden potential characters in the comments, and as always, hope you enjoyed the video, stay safe, and I'll catch you. These are way, way better than these. We love transformations. The characters that get them look different, fight different, and act different, but they're not all created equal. Take Naruto, for example. Just about every transformation he undergoes in the series feels well earned and, just as importantly, fun to watch. Sage Mode in particular stands out as the challenge of maintaining the form, combined with the intensity of the antagonist, made for an incredibly satisfying conclusion to the arc. Six-Path Sage Mode, though, is where I take issue. Don't get me wrong, the form itself is undeniably cool and represented Naruto at his peak strength, at the time. But it felt like it came out of nowhere, more like a plot device to counterbalance the power creep that Kaguya introduced. Even if it technically fits within the power system, as a narrative turning point, it falls a bit flat. Transformations are more than just spectacle. They should represent a moment in a character's journey in which they evolve to the next iteration of themselves. If you take that away, all you have is a different character design. With that, drop your favorite transformations below, and as always, thanks for watching. Yo, I don't care who needs to hear this, but Bucky deserved the shield way more than that stupid bitch-ass dick. Yeah, you're not getting an intro.
Mine is described as a bird suit.
Do I really even have to talk about this? Do I really have to talk about this? Falcon is one of the worst written characters in the MCU, and it's not even a contest. Don't believe me? Let's look at the lowlights. In Winter Soldier, you did nothing to help Steve with Bucky. The same goes for Civil War, except this time you got your ass beat by a 15-year-old. Then, after 2 weak-ass cameos, you finally catch your first W, and turns out it's the fakest one in the MCU. Make that make sense. And don't give me no bullshit about the show, please, because in all honesty,
we don't care.
Let me tell you.
this is Avengers EMH, a Disney XD show. In Falcon's first appearance in this show, he was tasked with kidnapping the Bruce Banner. So he slid over with an anti-gamma radiation serum and not only stuck Bruce taking him, but he took out Hawkeye in the process. Can you tell me at any point in the MCU where Falcon had that much sauce? No, you can't. The fall off needs to be studied.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna need you to hear me out on this one. You know, back when I was younger, it was something about these girly shows that I just refused to like. There's a whole number of reasons why that was the case. But there was always a group of individuals called bronies that I avoided like the plague. For those of you unaware, a brony is a man who is a super fan of My Little Pony. Now, I'm no super fan. Repeat, I am not a brony, but I have watched a good amount of the show. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it's kind of peak. I mean, look at this. Look at what I'm putting on the screen right now. Like, why are they boxing like this? Now, there are plenty of other underrated women-centric shows like The Winx Club, My Life as a Teenage Robot, and She-Ra Princess of Power. If you ever find yourself with nothing else to watch, I don't know, maybe you should tap in. One of my favorite moments in storytelling, whether it be an action story or otherwise, is the moment when a character crashes out. Dragon Ball, Berserk, and funny enough, SpongeBob SquarePants contain some of the best crash outs that I've seen in fiction. But in 2015, I saw a crash out that stood the test of time and still brings me chills. Let's talk about Gon from Hunter x Hunter. Without spoiling too much, Gon at the end of this particular arc confronts the person responsible for the death of one of his mentors. Despite believing that he'd been alive this whole time, his once optimistic reality was shattered, causing him to completely divert from his usually carefree demeanor, causing him to literally become an adult. You can guess what happened next. The reason why this crash out was so effective is because it blends the lingering misbelief that his mentor was still alive with Gon's subtle signs of emotional instability. Characters feel more authentic when their changes develop gradually rather than appearing out of nowhere. Without proper build-up, it ends up just feeling like a random moment in time. With that, drop your favorite crash outs in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching.